Okay, so here's the model photo. Looks like she have a blue eyes, like this. And I found some few highlights photo from the internet, and I think might use this one or this one. Either will be fine. This one has more finer texture, but this one has nice like pattern here, but then there's a bit of noise here. I might need to clean up, or maybe just go with this one, whichever easier. And then using this Glera area with this bunch of different type of eyes, so like copy and paste some of those here and maybe some here. This one doesn't really, it's not really useful, so I'm not gonna use it. And yeah, some of those textures as well. Okay, so here's Photoshop. I export out the UVs from Maya. So this is the UVs and it's image, UV snapshot, and then you can basically export this, export out these UVs as an image file. So under image, UV snapshot, and then just set X and Y size like pixel. And image format is default IFF, but TNG is fine. Either way is fine as long as it has alpha. Yeah, so apply close and then you get the UVs. So this is the imported UV, and we have a iris border, which is, take this one. And with this one, this is the iris border. So I wanna mark it because that's very important line. So this is from 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth one. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is the line that I need to put my iris texture. Right. Okay, so maybe try use the this one. Okay, just simply move this around, and then I just copy it so I can keep my original texture, and then just delete out the rest. You can use the pre-made eye texture. XYZ also have a bunch of eye texture on sale, so you can just go and grab it, but well, it's not really hard to create this eye texture, so I will go and then make my own one. So nothing fancy, just to place it where it's supposed to be, and try to make a circular pattern as much as possible, because eye is not like shoot from directly from the center, so it's a bit skewed. And make the proper scale so that it can kind of fit into that circle that I drew. And I was using the mask at the beginning, and like hand painted mask, and then using the actual like marquees later. So whichever kind of works better. Need a bit of both actually. Okay, and then basically just stamp it, like copy and stamp where need to be like cleaned up. Make sure when you're using the stamp, the source area is supposed to be the all layer, not just current. So I can kind of source like all the layer in the bottom. Okay, and yeah, just keep like cleaning up until see pure texture, and we'll move on to the sclera area. I think basic like diffuse texture seems okay. So I'll move on to the sclera area. Basically, call off the area that I ready to use. So I'm gonna duplicate all this layer, so I can still gonna keep it in my layer stacks, and just delete anything that I don't really need to use. Okay, so basic texture, diffuse textures are pretty much done. Before I export out, I wanna add a bit more yellow and a little bit more saturated. And then usually I has that blood color. You can see in the corner of the eyes. So I will create new extra layer. And then fill the layer and mask it. And just reveal a little bit of the center area. Okay, and then use it as some layers that kind of works well. So I can kind of boost up the overall saturation and then some veins. I can copy it, and the other layer I can actually darker burn, color burn, and then reduce down the opacities, something like this. So, and this one should be fine. Check the wireframe and see. So the eyes have 3 spans outside, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 spans inside. And so it's around here and also around here. So we can probably see a white and then to get a red color. I can try export this out and see if it works. Okay. Okay, so the retina already assigned a dark black texture, I mean the shader. So I need to assign shader on the eyes, which already have enabled. This is for preview. And then outer sphere has blink 2, so these 2, which is up here. So I can import my texture. Okay, so just plug into color. And currently Blinn is basically block the center, so you can't really see through. So I need to bring up the lamp texture, which is this one. So lamp, and change this to circular. then plug this into transparency like this. So the transparent area seems a bit large, so I can reduce down the area like this. Yeah, so this is my eye. It looks alright. Just bit of a messy outer edges, which I really need to clean it up. But overall, it looks okay. I think we can probably add a little bit more veins and a bit more red here, which are we doing it when I go back and then clean up the outer edges. So, okay, let me layer it over, and yeah, this is how it looks like. So yeah, I will go back and clean up a little bit of the texture and then export them into the ZBrush for sculpting the iris. Okay, so here I'm back to Photoshop. So I just finished clean up the texture. So what I did is basically copy and paste the base sclera texture and then rotate it a little bit and then mask it out just to reveal this corner area. So I can get a little bit more interesting texture around like inner eye area, and recreate this iris mask so I can get a bit cleaner texture, like texture border between the sclera and iris. Okay, so this will be hopefully the final texture. I might need to come back and then fix some texture, depends on the final like renders going, but we'll see. Before I export this texture to ZBrush, I wanna actually create some base bump or displacement map out of this texture. So what I will do is basically if I create this node here and then turn down the saturation, this is what I got, and all the veins are becomes like darker. This is, well, obviously the normal, but then in ZBrush or even in Maya, white will be displaced and then black will be like indented. So I wanna make it like opposite. So we'll turn off this thing so I can get more even tone over sclera area. And from here, I will actually select all and then Control Shift C to copy whatever I currently see, and then Control V to paste it. So I just got this as a new layer. We're not gonna see this center because we have a iris texture separate, so I can just simply import this texture, and this is what I got. So Control I to import texture, and from here I can, using some curve, to turn it up again. I don't want to make like too much of a tone variation here because well, the white area is supposed to be not like super bumpy except these veins, so it needs to be more like gentle overall. See, and So this can be the base. Also this iris part as well. So I can hide this time the whatever underneath here. And then I can also copy everything and then paste it. And for some reason I always have this offset. So if I hide this one, and this is the original position, and then this is the pasted one, and there's a bit of offset. So what I will do is turn the background on and actually delete some area here, so I can still have some outer area to hold out. So copy and paste it. So now I can get the proper position. So I can remove the rest of the area. So remove the saturation. And add a bit of a curve. Okay, so from here I can also copy everything and paste it, and then go filter and other, and there's a high pass. So what this filter does is looking for the edges. Means that when you see any sort of like tone changes, like has more contrast, and it makes the brighter side more brighter and darker side a bit more darker. So it creates those bunch of like lines as a brighter side representation. So if I move my slider to the left, it becomes more gray. And if I move my slider to the right side, it becomes more like original image. So I'll be stick to 10, which is default value. So I'm gonna use this image for my starting point in ZBrush sculpting.